Hi guys, today second part of the video, exactly second video, second step in UK. You've seen my video first step in UK. So you have probably a British phone number, you went to an interview for an IN, you also make a bank account, but what next? It takes a few days, but now, very important thing, update your resume, update your phone number, put your local phone number from local SIM card on your resume and print your resume. Go to some print store, place where you can print. Doesn't matter where, put in a Google Maps, print store, put in Google print store London. Print your resume in as many pieces you can. Of course, it will be a little expensive because it's 50 pence or 40 pence for a page. So if your CV is on both sides of the sheet, so it's double, so it's £1 or 80p for one copy. But you need this print at least 25-30 copies of CV. The best will be 50. And I know that will be, they will spend £50 for this, but that's very important to look for a job as fast as possible, because probably when you come to UK you don't have a job, you didn't make any research before, or maybe you did. If you have organize some job, it's really brilliant, but if not, make a resume and go with your resume everywhere. 50 copies of resume or even more. Make as lot as possible as you can pay for this. At least 25 30 copies of your resume. Go with your resume, put your resume everywhere. This is very important that you will find any job and start work as fast as possible, because you will see that on the first days your money is leaking very fast. For example, you come with 1,500 pounds to pay in 1, 2, 3 weeks, it will be nothing. So even if you will try to save money, it's not as possible, because there are costs on the start. So first you need to stay somewhere, so you will probably need to go to some hostel, pay, so you need to pay for this. You need to pay for transportation in a city, for a travel card, for a subway. You will need to pay for your new SIM card, for a topping for the SIM card, for everything. Yeah, food and of course normal things, organization things. Yeah, so it will spend a lot of money. And the money will leak. It will go very fast. It will tornado in your wallet. So it's very important to look for a job and find a job as fast as possible. So that should be your priority. Your target that you need to start working as fast as possible. That's a very important thing. Second thing is housing. Yeah, if you have enough money on a start, of course, for a few nights on a start, you will need to stay in a hostel. But then, if you have enough money, look for some room to rent. If you don't have enough money, you will need to wait for your first salary to do this, so you will need to stay some time in a hostel. It's not very comfortable, but maybe there will be no other option. Yeah. The thing is that now you can rent a room in London from about 100 for a week. The standard single room, the cheapest from 100 for a week. Of course, sometimes you can find some room for a 90-80 pounds for a week, but there's nothing available under 80 pounds for a week. Under 80 pounds for a week, that's nothing. It's not possible to rent anything. Even these rooms for 80-90 pounds, is very rare. It's very rare. And then it starts from a 100. The most common price for a single room for one person will be 120 pounds for a week. 120 pounds for a week, and you need to count about the deposit, so we need to pay 1 month 1 week, 2 weeks or 3 weeks deposit. So if there's 1 week deposit, we need to pay another 120 for a deposit. So at the start you will need to pay for example 1 week and 1 week deposit, so it's 240, or even you will need to pay for the 2 weeks 240 and 1 week deposit, so it's 360, just like that. So it's like this. So you need to also count when you will work in which place, or if you don't know, try to stay as close as possible to central London. For example, I stay in a zone 2 and I pay 150 with and it's yeah, it's like that. Sometimes you need to make calculation. What is cheaper? Is it cheaper to stay closer to a central London, because it will be more expensive? It will be more expensive to be closer to central London, or stay a little far away in a zone 3, 4, or 6 and pay less. But calculate, because for example, if the difference is £20 between 100 and 120 pounds for a week, okay, you think you will save £20. No, the thing is that on the transportation you will spend more. You will need travel cards for more zones, or you will need more diesel line, or whatever. You will spend more on the transportation. So it will be not that you saved £20. It will be that you spent another 30, so or 40. So it's 120 for something closer to central London versus 100 plus 40 for transport. The difference in the price in transportation will be 140, so will be minus 20. So calculate what will be better. Yeah, pay a little more and be closer, or pay less and spend for transportation. Depends if you have organized work some very close to the place where you stay, and you stay in the zone 6 and you will work in the zone 6 in the same part of the London, not on other, of course, just you know what I want to say. It's like a circle. So from 6 to 6, yeah. Depends. If you work in a central London, or you will work in a central London, try to stay as close as possible. Yeah. Next thing is that what the fuck is he doing? Yeah, on a reverse whole street. Yeah, people are crazy. But there's something other. Yeah, you need to calculate about the cost. What is better for you? Yeah, it's no one thing. Next thing is, if you will look for some room to rent, you will rent for a little longer than 1 week. Yeah, you will spend at least 1 month, or even more, or 1 year. You will spend a little more longer than in the hostel. In the hostel, it's not as important how it is inside. Yeah, when you rent a room, it's very important to go there and look. Check the Wi-Fi, check how internet is working, because if they will be too slow, maybe you do something like I make a YouTube videos, so I need fast Wi-Fi. Maybe there will be some other thing that you need something. If there will be no wash machine, you will need to go to a laundry. Yeah, if you will need to go to a laundry, you will pay more than in that room. Yeah. In the house should be a wash machine. Yeah, should be a Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi should work. Yeah. Asked about the rules in the house, about the landlord, about how it looks, who lives there. Meet with these people to know what you can expect. Yeah, that's very important. Because you will live there. Yeah. So before you will make decision, go there, look. No, don't say just yes, I accept. You can stay 1 week more in the hostel. Yeah, but look to be sure that's the good place. Yeah. It's very important. Look for how far away it is from this place to a subway station. So it will know if you need to use a bus to go to a subway station, or is it just 5 minutes walking. You just need how to communicate from this place. It's not a problem to find something in a zone 7 or 6, but if you will work in a central London, you will spend a lot of time on a transport going there one way and another. If there's far away from a subway station, you will spend half hour plus half hour to go to a subway station. It's very important where it is and how it is. Yeah, so it's very important. Of course, when you will start work, as I said, as fast as possible. You will don't have. Damn it. Yeah, I'm trying to say fast, and damn it, fuck yeah. You can see even native speaker can make some mistakes when you speak fast. You start your word and you don't have an IN, yeah, because an IN will come to you in about 1 month from an interview. So even if you will have in 1-2 days after your call interview, after 1 month you will get an NIN. Because it's up to 6 weeks, usually it's 4 weeks. So 1 month waiting for NIN. So when you will receive NIN, remember to say your employer that you have NIN. It needs to be put in a data in your files. It's very important, because if you don't have NIN, they use temporary number, which means that you pay the highest tax as fuck. So that's the big problem. You will pay a really high tax if you don't have this number. So when you get NIN, just tell them. NIN exactly works the same as social security number, SSN. If you have a social security number, NIN works exactly the same, but you need this separate number. It's crazy. It's 2 characters. Then you have 6 digits. 6 digits and 1 letter at the end. So we have 2 characters, 6 digits, and then you have 6. I think 6 or 8. I think 6 and 1 character at the end. 2 characters, 6 digits, and 1 character at the end. It looks like this, but it's really important, because if you pay less tax, then you earn more money. So that's pretty important. If you have any question about the start in UK, just write me a comment or send me a message, and I will respond to you. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye.